Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, from Wilderspool Stadium, Warrington. Leeds already on the field. This afternoon they give a debut to Sean Wayne, signed this week from Wigan in a £60,000 deal. We're just waiting for the Warrington side to appear. It's a fine sunny afternoon, a few showers on the way over across the Pennines, but pitch in perfect condition as it should be at the start of the season. And Leeds linked all week with Steve Malloy, the Warrington forward. Well, the news is that he hasn't signed yet, but Leeds are hoping to complete the deal after the kick-off. And the general talk among the Warrington contingent here is that Leeds have got a bargain, is a very good prop. Of course, Leeds still without Gary Schofield. Injured, he hopes to return next week for the game against St Helens. That match, of course, kicking off at 6:30 to accommodate the BSB. Coach David Ward had harsh words to say after last week's defeat at home by Hull. Certainly to tighten the tackling up round the ruck. This is a game Leeds simply have got to win if they're to have any impression on the Stones Bidder Championship this season. Vince Fawcett comes in on the wing today. Freddie Rombo made his debut last week. Didn't get many running chances. He's injured with a thigh strain. And Roy Powell continues at prop. Leeds players just warming up at the moment with physio Stuart Walker. It's a big match today for Sean Wayne. And of course, Great Britain under 21 international, 2 Great Britain caps against France. Very unlucky player with injuries. I'll give you the teams. For Warrington, number 1 is David Lyon, number 2 Desi Drummond, number 3 Paul Cullen, number 4 Paul Derbyshire, Chris Rudd, former Kells amateur, is in the left wing, Rocky Turner and Paul Bishop are their half-backs. Tony Burke, the ex-Leeds prop, is at number 8, Dwayne Mann, a New Zealander, at 9, Bob Jackson, the Australian, completes the front row, Gary Mercer, who played for Bradford, and Gary Sanderson in the second row with Billy McGinty. At loose forward, Martin Crompton and Phil Sumner are the substitutes. For Leeds, John Gallagher is at full-back, John Bentley, Simon Irving, Carl Gibson, Vince Fawcett comes in for his first game in the 3 quarters. David Creaser and Paul Arkin are at half-back. Roy Powell continues at 8. Colin Maskill at 9, Sean Wayne on debut at 10. Paul Dixon and Cavalier the second row, and Richie Gunn coming in for his first full appearance of the season at loose forward. Phil Ford and Mike Caridi. Other substitutes and referee today, Mr Whitlam of Hull. Just wait while the photographs are taken with the mascots. It's a game that Leeds simply must win. After the debacle last week against Hull, where they were leading. Just have a minute's silence now. Just a minute's silence there for Warrington player that died this weekend. Colin Maskill, captain in the side in Gary Schofield's absence. Colin not having the best of seasons. Certainly had a better game last week against Hull. Referee today resplendently led the teams. The teams are changing over. From the House of Pain. As it's about David Creaser about to kick off. David Creaser played in the game here 2 years ago. The Leeds pulled off a shock victory in the mud. And last year, of course, they were defeated after leading for most of the game. 9 points to 6. Creaser gets the ball underway. Bishop and Lyon immediately kicking back upfield. That's hoping to catch Gallagher out. The ex-All Black. Bringing the ball forward and then straight into a 3-man tackle. That's good tackling. Tony Burke, Dwayne Mann, front row there, all involved. Dixon. Paul Arkin, ringing Roy Powell on. Tackling still in place, still inside the Leeds half of the field. Sean Wayne with his first touch of the ball in Leeds colours. To the Warrington half of the field. Dixon. Straight into a solid tackle there from Dwayne Mann. 6 tackle coming up. The ball will go for Arkin and he'll put the kick in. And that's gone through the legs there of Chris Rudd, and Rudd tackled right on his own line. Up quickly, Simon Irving and John Bentley. That's good play from Leeds, following the kicker. And again, Irving and Leeds tackling really well in front of the Warrington line, just a yard away. And here comes Mercer. This is good play from Leeds. And again, Leeds keeping Warrington pinned down here. Billy McGinty making no impression. And it's back this time for Line to put the kick in. It's for John Bentley. Bentley brings it back. Two-player running, straightening up. Cullen in at the tackle with Gary Mercer. Mercer, of course, played the last couple of seasons at Bradford Northern. New Zealand Test player, as is his working colleague today, Dwayne Mann. Cavalier. Leeds just settling play down on the 25, Roy Powell. Now Powell is turned over in that tackle. Switching play, Arkin. Looking for runners, Dixon. Plays some 15 yards from the Warrington post, in the middle of the field. 6 tackle, Arkin with the ball. Kicks throw at the corner. It's for Gallagher to chase. Leeds there making a bit of a mess of that, allowing the player to run out from behind his own line. That's bad play from Leeds. Should have had that man tackled over the line. And Dixon now penalised by use of the elbow, says the referee, on Chris Rudd. Well, Leeds there should have tackled Rudd over his line. No, players held off. And now Warrington have the first penalty of the game. And that comes up towards our commentary position. Man. Kenny Mercer. In fact, Mercer playing number 12 today, and Sanderson listed on the team sheet. It's against the rugby league rules. Bishop, long ball, McGinty. Half break there, McGinty. Good tackling from the Leeds second row. Bob Jackson. Play just inside the Leeds half of the field. Sean Wayne at the tackle. Kick from Bishop. Bentley picking that up. And well tackled there on his own line. Paul Cullen. Simon Irving just running from acting half. Richard Gunn. Roy Powell. Richard Gunn, of course, into his first full game of the season at his favourite loose forward position. And now Keenley is looking forward to today's fixture. He's been waiting for the chance all season. It's a penalty to Leeds. They're offside. And John Gallagher will put this ball to touch. Richard Gunn determined to make an impression this afternoon. And replacing Mike Coiti, of course, who's on the bench. And Leeds 2 loose forwards injured at the moment. David Erin and Gary Devorti. Wayne, short ball from Arkin. Looking round, turning the tackle. Cavalier. Leeds bringing play back to halfway. Switching play, Arkin, Creasy. Creasy's put Dixon away. And Dixon just juggling with the ball a bit there. Just had to slow down. It's a good move from Leeds. Arkin, Powell. Good tackling there from Warrington, from Tony Burke. Gary Mercer. Arkin with the kick. And that's just curling towards the touchline side. I don't think it's going to find touch. No, it doesn't. Lyon picks that ball up. He's well tackled by Leeds. Up quickly, Creasy, Bentley. Man puts the kick in. And that evades Vince Fawcett on the wing. Not the best of kicks, but it finds touch. So it'll be a scrum, first scrum of the game. Heading ball to Leeds. Paul Arkin it is who has the ball. It's a penalty to Leeds. Rocky Turner just coming offside. It's David Creaser who'll kick for touch. Dixon. Dixon driving the ball. Arkin. Short ball to Cavalier. Suspiciously forward, the crowd thinks so. The referee there not perhaps in the best position to judge. Ball's out on the short side. Arkin puts the grubber kick across. And it's kicked dead. Well, it's been all Leeds so far in the first 6 minutes. They've had most of the ball and most of the play and most of the territorial advantage. So they'll drop out under the post. Number 6, Robert Turner. It is. Oh, kicked up field. Gallagher picks that up, brings the ball back. And straining on a tackle there from his fellow New Zealander away man. Fawcett acting half. Arkin running around with Fawcett. Good play. Sean Wayne. Turning around, that's a good pass out the tackle from Sean Wayne. Roy Powell taking the ball back into the ruck. Richard Gunn. Short ball for Gallagher. It's going to be a penalty there, crossing. Gallagher running behind. Carl Gibson. That's a penalty to Warrington. Just on their 25. Sanderson. Mercer, he's dropped the ball and Dixon has it for Leeds. Leeds started this game off well this afternoon, had much of the possession. A good play from Sean Wayne, that's good play, and that ball should have really gone out along the line. Roy Powell just sticking. Arkin running across the ball, Gallagher in the line. That's a high tackle surely, but the referee says that's on chest high. And Gallagher brought to earth with a fell swoop there from Tony Burke. But these All Blacks come tough. Sean Wayne, good ball there from Cavalier. And Maskell is telling Leeds to settle it down, and that's quite the right thing to do. They're just trying to play too much adventurous football. Richard Gunn there taking his eye off that ball. He was disappointed there, Richard Gunn. You can see he had a look on his face. Pat collapses. Warrington in possession, and that's a penalty. And Bishop there. And after Warrington Pack involved now. And that was a silly penalty there. Richard Gunn offside, and Bishop taking exception to it. The referee stops the clock. The referee have a problem just sorting this out now. He's already given the penalty to Warrington. He's telling the players to get back and mind their own business while he talks to the touch judge. That's Richard Gunn who's been called out. Colin Maskell going over as the Leeds captain. And Rocky Turner. Freer in Sternwords with Gunn. And in turn with Turner. And Richard Gunn not got a reputation. He's been a dirty player and he's got the sin bin for 10 minutes, and so has Robert Turner. And Warrington have the penalty. Down it is. That's a good kick there. That's took play into the Leeds 25. The crowd behind the wire now. Here comes Tony Burke. And Dixon's pinched the ball and he's happy to take the tackle. And that's a Paul Dixon speciality. Stealing the ball in the close tackles. Howell. Minutes play. Cavalier bursting through, score still 0-0. Warrington, of course, lost at home last week. Kingston Rovers. Creaser picking up a bad pass there. Gallagher is running from that 10-half. Play right in front of the Leeds post. Leeds in possession. 6 tackle coming up. Harkin with a kick. It's for Chris Rudd. He picks it up and brings the ball back across the field. A good tackle in there from Leeds. Dixon, Eddie Gibson, Maskell, the ball's come loose. Referee says that 6 more tackles. Cullen trying to straighten play up. Leeds caught offside. Cavalier, the offender. That's another penalty. Lyon. Going to have a kick at goal, so this is the first chance to put some points on the board for either side this afternoon. Both sides, of course, down to 12 men. Turner and Gunn being sent to the sin bin. Cavalier receiving attention from the physio. Just lining this ball up. Father, of course, fitness coordinator at Wigan. And just settling play down now. It's high and it's wide and it's gone dead, so Leeds will be dropping out from the 25. Score still remaining, Leeds 0, Warrington 0. We've been playing some 12 or 13 minutes. Sun comes out to greet us here at Middlesbrough this afternoon. Gallagher it is. Chop goes deep into Warrington 25 and Desi Drummond with the ball. You can hear what the crowd think about that. Very popular player here, Desi Drummond, runs straight into Dixon. And Dixon steals the ball again. And as I said previous, that's Paul Dixon's speciality. Roy Powell. Still going, Powell and Gibson there, coming up in support. Harkin, Sean Wayne. Cavalier. Good tackle there from Dwayne Mann. Tremendous play, the New Zealand hooker. Harkin using the short side, dummy in, Gallagher. Gallagher's well tackled there by Mercer. 6 tackle coming up for Leeds. Harkin puts the kick in and that's going to find touch, and that came off a Warrington player. And Harkin just makes sure the referee knows about that. It's a little bit head and ball to Leeds. Bob Jackson just questioning that decision. That's out to Leeds. He's Fawcett almost through half break there. Creaser running from that 10-half back, making no ground whatsoever there. Good tackle from Cullen. Player right in front of the Warrington post. Maskell. Cavalier. Dixon, that must be a try to Leeds, is it? Yes, that's the first try of the game to Leeds. In the 15th minute. The try to Paul Dixon. The Leeds have had most of the pressure this afternoon, most of the ball, and most of the territorial advantage. And now they've got 4 points to show for it. Simon Irving will attempt the kick. Irving just lining this ball up. Simon Irving. Numbers goal kicker Simon Irving becoming a very good rugby league footballer. After being the star at Headingley, Rugby Union. Cool and calculated, and that curls in, and that's the 2 points. So it's Leeds 6 points to 0 in the lead. We've been playing some 15-16 minutes now. Leeds making light of the fact that they're a man short, as are Warrington. Leeds you press home their early advantage. Bishop. It's for Carl Gibson. Almost knocking on there over his own line. It's got Gallagher with him. Straight through the gap, Gibson. Up to the 25, good running there by the centre. A tremendous tour for Great Britain and New Zealand. Maskill looking under the swinging arm there from no else but Paul Cullen. Howell. Good tackling from Warrington. Sean Wayne. Straight down the middle. Picture play Arkin. Dixon. It's a forward pass this time. Referee spotted it this time. It's a penalty. Something that was said there out of turn, I think, by Paul Dixon. So already Warrington had 5 penalties to the 2 for Leeds. And David Lyon. So have another kick at goal. Lyon, obviously confident kicker, and it's just a couple of yards inside the Leeds half of the field. And 5 yards to the right. Sorry, to the left of the upright. We're up to the midway through the first half. Leeds leading by 6 points to 0. And so far Leeds have had most of the play. And Richard Gunn just warming up, ready to come back on. And my watch has got about another 2 minutes to be off the field. And Lyon settling down. Lyon is this 45-yard penalty. Strikes it high and long, and it's going through the middle. And it's there, and that's 2 points. Penalty there by John Lyon, reducing the arrears. 2 points to 6 now, Warrington trail. It's David Creasy to restart play. Bishop lets that ball go at his leg, goes behind him. Billy McGinty leads up quickly, tackling in the 25. That's good play from Leeds. Mann. Sanderson. Bob Jackson there. No support for Jackson, looking to offload. Tony Burke. Be keen to have a good game this afternoon against his former Headingley colleagues, although there won't be so many players there in the Leeds team from when Tony Burke was at Headingley. Probably just David Creasy. And this is a good tackling display from Leeds. 6 tackle, Warrington just outside their 25. Ball's back for Lyon to kick. Next going forward for John Gallagher. Let's see if he picked up. And Gallagher bringing that ball out of the 25. And Richard Gunn and turning back on the field, and it's Richard Gunn in possession at the moment. Richard Gunn, of course, signing a blaze of publicity as a junior. Not really had much chance in the first team since then. Just coming onto that ball from Arkin. Leeds bringing play up towards halfway. Maskill this time with the kick. A good touch finder there from Colin Maskill. That's just inside the Warrington 25. So scramble form, heading ball to Warrington. The lead so far, and with much more fire and determination than the last couple of matches. Tightening up, tackling round the ruck, which is what David Ward has been working on all week in training. Scrum there to Warrington. Turner quickly tackled there by his opposite number, Creaser. That's good play from Creaser. And Mercer. Bentley in off the wing with Irving. Derbyshire. Sanderson couldn't offload that ball. Man with the kick. That's for Gallagher to chase. Is it going to find touch? It does. That's finds a good touch in the Leeds 25. The Leeds pack just making their way back. And a scramble form, a head and ball to the liners. Parker with the ball. The referee just stopping play while Colin Maskill must have some mud in his eye. We'll try again, says the referee. The pack collapsing there before Larkin had a chance to put the ball in. Larkin with that ball, that's out to Leeds. Creaser. In straight into Turner. Richard Gunn. Bringing play out of the 25. Sean Wayne. Wayne had an effective first half so far, driving in and offloading the ball at regular intervals. Powell, sorry. Tony Burke attempting the ball steal. Maskill, that's for Arkin, the kick will come. It does, it's driven Warrington back, but I don't think that's going to find touch. And the Rudd that picks up. Long pass to Lyon, that's good play. And Leeds up quickly, keeping Warrington pinned down in this 25. Away man. Good tackling coming in there for Sean Wayne. Mercer. And good tackle there on Bob Jackson from Roy Powell and Colin Maskill. Bishop, left-footed kick, and that's going to beat John Bentley. It does, finds touch. 10 yards inside the Leeds 25. Bentley did the right thing there, letting that ball go. Bishop kicking not on the sixth tackle, the winger's not far enough back. And scrum's going to form far side of the field. And no directives from the referee. As I said, Mr. Lindop. He says that the referee should use the short side of the scrum to put the ball in now, and that's just what we've seen. And that's feed up. It's a penalty to Leeds. Striking before the ball went in. John Gallagher still looking for his first victory in Leeds colours after playing undefeated in the All Blacks. Puts that ball in the touch. Maskill with the tap. Roy Powell. Dixon. Sean Wayne not making any ground there and looking to offload, and good tackling there from Warrington, doing man. Sanderson. Arkin. Richard Gunn. Gunn can't make any headway. That's good tackling from Warrington. The second row pairing quickly there. Maskill splits the defence, goes to acting half. Tipped over the Wayne man. And Arkin will put the kick in this time. And John Bentley there. Unable to take advantage of that. Turner running. Good there, running into Turner. Good tackle from Gunn on Derbyshire. Burke running out wide. The Leeds certainly tighten their tackling up round this ruck area this afternoon. Bishop with a kick. And it's a tremendous kick. And that's going to find touch some 5 or 6 yards from the flag. That's a great kick from the youngster, Bishop. The Leeds player down injured. Looks like Colin Maskill, so Leeds are going to pack down at this scrum with a man light. Richard Gunn it is, will be in the hooking roll. Maskill just getting to his feet. Arkin. Gallagher acting half, running with the ball. Maskill fit, ready to join the fray. Powell. Arkin gives the ball to Simon Irving. Twisting in the tackle, can't get the ball away to the supporting John Bentley. And Paul Arkin, very much the man that makes Leeds tick. He's just signing from Bradford, sent off and found not guilty at Oldham. Next ball back. Arkin a little late, putting the kick in there, appeals to the referee, but there's nothing wrong with that, it's the turnover. We can give Warrington a chance to do some attacking around the Leeds 25-yard area. Jackson. Leeds certainly kept hold of the ball better this afternoon. Bishop looking under the tackle from Cavalier. Mercer. Lovely ball out the tackle to Burke. And Burke's in the 25. Bishop again. Dribbling there, looking for the penalty, and John Gallagher, it was who's tackle in possession, picking that ball up just in front of his own post. Got a knee in the face for his troubles there, I think. From Maskill there, clever, that's clever play from Leeds. Richard Gunn. Arkin. Sean Wayne to the 25. And Warrington tackling, holding good. So one lapse when Dixon got over. Howell there. Support at either side, couldn't offload the ball. Ball's back for Gallagher. That's a long raking kick downfield. Warrington player picks that up over his own line. I think that's John Lyon with the ball, the Rudd. Shoved towards the touchline side by Maskill and Dixon. Izzy Drummond looking for work on the far side. Drummond, of course, the ability to go the length of the field. And one man who could go the length of the field missing today, of course, Leeds captain Gary Schofield. I'm assure you that any rumours of any dispute between Gary Schofield and the Leeds club are totally unfounded. Paul Cullen. Drummond running into trouble there. 6 tackle coming up. And that's a lovely kick from Bishop. Ball spinning awkwardly there, and Bentley has it. He's got Gallagher with him. And straight into the tacklers and straight up to the 25. Simon Irving. Gordon Dixon. Dixon had a tremendous game so far this afternoon. Howell. Sean Wayne. Certainly giving the Leeds pack a more beefy look about it. Ball's back this time, and it's going to be Gallagher with the kick. It's high, swirling in the wind. I think that's going to run dead. In fact, it does. So that'll be tap on the 25, and Bishop quickly. I need to take that. Cullen. Straightening up and finally running into John Bentley. Mercer. Bishop. Turner. Lovely ball from Turner to Jackson. Leeds, three-man tackle there. McGinty. Six tackle coming up. Warrington just inside the Leeds half. Man, put the kick in. That's a high up and under. That's for John Gallagher. He's got all the time in the world. And he takes it safely. And brings the ball out there. Running out. Straight in there to Derbyshire. He's certainly learning the hard way. With Bill Eagers, John Gallagher tackling on him. It's especially ferocious. Lovely ball to Maskill. Arkin puts the kick in. Is that going to find touch? Yes, it is, inside the 25. Paul Arkin, the best line kicker in the game and has been for a number of seasons, both at Bradford and LKR. Regularly driven sides back with his pinpoint accuracy, touch-finding kicking. It's going to be a scrum just inside. Warrington 25. We've been playing some 35 minutes. About 5 minutes to go to half-time. Leeds still leading by the 6 points to 2. Courtesy of that Paul Dixon try. And Simon Irving goal. And one try. One penalty goal, should I say, from Lyon. And Richard Gunn has that ball for Leeds safely there. And here come Leeds now, and this should be a good time for the Lioners to score. Spurned a chance like this at Oldham. Sean Wayne, driving for the post. 6 yards short, right in the middle of the field. Player right underneath the Warrington post. Arkin, long ball out to Cavalier. This could be something here. And who's lost the ball? And that's going to be a knock-on's been given there. So it'll be a scrum with head and ball. Cavalier losing the ball there. Head and ball to Warrington. Leeds spurning that opportunity to put some points on the board just before half-time. Referee not happy with the scrum. Scrum some 10 yards away, and that's a penalty to Warrington. Scrum coming together before the referee says so. Got the Lion who kicks towards our commentary position. You'll hear that ball at the roof. Man. Mercer. Player right below our commentary position at the moment, Bob Jackson. Good tackling there again from Leeds, and Sean Wayne certainly tightened the tackling up in the Leeds pack. Bishop spots the gap. Lovely ball there to McGinty. Sean Wayne gets back and tackles him at the second attempt. And McGinty there playing for the penalty and saying that Sean Wayne is holding him down, and you can see plainly from up here that of course that McGinty it was who was actually stopping Sean Wayne from getting up, and Sean Wayne looking at the touch judge. So Rocky Turner going to have a kick at goal, and this could reduce the race further. Paul Dixon having something to say to the referee. The referee, rightly so, telling him to be quiet. Turner, left-footed kick around the corner. That's high, but it's not going to go in, is it? Ball bouncing off the post there, and John Gallagher luckily collecting that ball off his shoulder. Powell. Cavalier, good run from Cavalier, still going. Over the 25. Sean Wayne, Leeds pulling his ball away. And Warrington just standing back and allowing the Leeds pack to run at them at the moment. And Leeds making ground virtually every play the ball. Jig done. Good tackling there, Dwayne Mann. The sixth tackle coming up. That's back for John Gallagher to put the kick in. That's high and swirling. Lyon's underneath it and safely collected right on the 25, and Lyon brings it back towards halfway. But only as far as Paul Dixon. Who effects a very good cover tackle there. McGinty showing the ball. Still going McGinty. Good run there from the loose forward. Warrington starting to come into this game now as half-time approaches. The Leeds will do well to keep Warrington out now. Oh, and Jackson's got the ball, he's split the defence wide open. There must be a try here, and he's kicked, and that's the wrong option. That's going to go dead. John Gallagher who kicked it dead, but it had already gone over the line, so it'll be a tap on the 25. The wrong option should I say there from Bob Jackson. He had two men outside him with no cover. Leeds split wide open there. Lovely ball from McGinty. Bishop. By Powell. Dixon. That's Kilgoing himself from acting half-back. Lovely ball to Dixon. Dixon's got Arkin with him. Has he got the legs, Arkin? It's coming over. There should be something here for Leeds. Vince Fawcett will score, will he? Carl Gibson certainly will, and that's just what Leeds wanted, a try just on the point of half-time there. Tremendous work there from Colin Maskill. Dixon, Arkin, not having the legs, took the right side to go, and in support was Vince Fawcett, and when Drummond came back all across to effect the tackle, there was Carl Gibson going in. What a great try, just on the point of half-time. And so Simon Irving with a kick from basically the same place as before. This will put Leeds some 12 points to 2 ahead, and with the amount of possession play that they've had this afternoon, they certainly should have put some points on the board, and they've certainly been the best side in this first half. Warrington too often stood still and allowed the Leeds runners to run at them. And then when they had the chance, a few moments since, Bob Jackson taking an option, kicking instead of passing, it could have been oh so different. Here comes Irving and the House of Pain. Won't put him off. He strikes that beautifully through the middle. It's 2 more points, so that's 12 points to 2. The Liners in the lead. We've seen Leeds frittered away leads like this before in the last few weeks. Bob Jackson just having a word with the referee. Arkin feeling that ball safely and giving it to Carl Gibson. Gibson straightening up. It's only as far as Mercer. Powell. To the 25, there goes a hooter for half-time. So it's Leeds going here at Wilderspool, leading by 12 points to 2, courtesy of 2 tries, one by Carl Gibson, the first from Paul Dixon, and conversions 2 by Simon Irving. And in reply, Warrington just that 20th minute penalty from Lyon, leaving them with a half-time score of Warrington 2, Leeds 12. So it's Warrington about to kick off. Rocky Turner it is, they'll get this game underway. The second half. Harkin and Gibson going to run this ball out. He's got Gallagher with him. No doubt David Ward happy with the way Leeds performed in that first half. The control of the ball has been much better this week than in the previous 2 or 3 games. Roy Powell almost juggling there. Oh, Maskill, good ball from Powell to Maskill, up to halfway line, that's good play from the big prop. Larkin, kick coming in. That's going to find touch and does indeed, 5 or 6 yards from the flag. Bishop. All scrums in the first half were 3 each, and the penalties went 7-3 to Warrington. Warrington having the first scrum there of the second half. A good tackling from Leeds. Mercer. And he's throwing Harkin with him, and he's got Cullen there, and Cullen's got the legs, has he? Oh, and a good tackle from Carl Gibson. That tackle says the referee, Dwayne Mann, he's got Drummond with him. Drummond's overrun him a bit there, and that's lucky for Leeds. Bad bit of tackling round the ruck there. That's just what David Ward has been working on all week. Should be something here for Warrington. Turn back inside there. Derbyshire, instead of men outside him to spare, overlap there. That's the wrong option taken again by Warrington. Bishop drops that ball. That's a knock-on, says the referee. Bishop knocking on there, and Warrington missing a chance there. Pull some points back. Harkin to feed the scrum. Bentley, of course, made the mistake of the season here last year, and I was very disappointed about it. And he's got to put that behind him. In fact, he will have done, because he's a professional and a very good one. And he's one of the players with Desi Drummond who could go the length of the field, tremendously strong and tremendously balanced runner. Should go and bringing Sean Wayne on. Jackson there missing his tackle. Cavalier. And Leeds making inroads at every play of the ball into the Warrington defence. Maskill this time with the kick. That's high. And that's ball back. And so the scrum's going to form. I think that wasn't the 6th tackle. Maskill disappointed with that. The wind took it further than he thought. And that's reminiscent of John Bentley's kick here last year from a similar position. This time it's out to Bishop. The referee says to penalise Leeds. Put offside. Lyon. A kick for touch, and Leeds are going to be tackling on their own line, probably only the 2nd time in this game, and you can hear the House of Pain, which is the shed to the left of our commentary position, and they're really getting behind the wire now. Turner, Burke, what a tremendous player Tony Burke is. Bishop, Jackson, a good tackle from Roy Powell. The crowd really behind the wire now. Bishop going himself. Dixon just hanging onto his legs, and that's a penalty there. The referee playing to the crowd a bit there. That was really no more than think they're going to kick it goal of the Warrington. The sand's coming on. Rocky Turner it is. They'll kick this. This is easier than his last effort. And Warrington already been given 9 penalties. The Leeds is 3. And Phil Sumner warming up. And that's obviously to the delight of the Warrington crowd. A very popular player here is young Sumner. Turner with this kick. And he's missed it. And that's disappointing for Warrington. And they let off for Leeds. And Mike Coetti just stretching his legs on the bench for Leeds. Gallagher with the dropout. It's a long one downfield for Lyon. The sun's in his eyes, but he takes that well. And that was obstruction there, but the referee allows that to go. And Turner. Maskill wrestles him to the ground. Mercer, Richard gone and Cavalier up quickly there. Suspicion of offside. Jackson. Jackson again opening Leeds up. Strong running. And Leeds in danger of letting the good tackle in the first half slip. That's twice they've been caught napping around the rope. Cullen. Derbyshire. Good tackle, 6th tackle coming up. Bishop with the ball. Bentley feeling that. And running across field now, straightening up John Bentley. Gallagher at acting half. Straightening up. And driven hard into the ground. Dixon. Good tackle in there, Rocky Turner. Right, Powell to the 25. Leeds penned down here with some solid Warrington tackling. It's good play from the wires. Sean Wayne. Wayne not played much football in recent weeks, probably tired as the game goes on. Just taking his time as he gets up there. It's back for Gallagher. And Gallagher steps the first man, puts the kick in. And Wood allowing that ball to bounce 2 or 3 times and leads it up quickly. Bentley, Simon Irving. Simon Irving wraps him up. Drummond running across field. Richard Gunn, good tackle there from the youngster. Man. Again, Richard Gunn involved in the tackle. McGinty there running from Acton half-back. Bishop. Again, Richard Gunn involved in the tackle in there. And that's a scrum there, yes. And Botwick Bishop playing for the penalty and not getting it there. And Turner coming off. In fact, it's Martin Compton who's coming on, I think, to replace Rocky Turner. Martin Compton, a tremendous player I've admired for many years. And Leeds will be wary of him. He's set up many a victory for the Wires, and you can hear what the crowd think of that. And Leeds winning that scrum and the penalty going to Warrington. Kick doesn't find touch and Bentley feels it. So Warrington not making most of the chances. Bentley still going. Harkin, and Sean Wayne on. Maskill catching the defence napping into the Warrington half of the field. Arkin showing the ball, Dixon. Wrapped up, man and ball. It's a 6 tackle. Leeds just need to control this ball for the 6 and then kick. And Rudd knocks that into touch, so that'll be head and ball to Leeds. It's a mistake from the youngster from Cumbria. Miss Rudd. So Leeds have a chance again to attack. Around the Warrington 25. It's Harkin with the ball. Crease's long ball there, well taken by Simon Irving under pressure. Gunn. Gallagher in the line. Still looking for his first try in Leeds colours. Gunn going himself. Leeds just setting up play now. Harkin with the ball. By Powell running on. By Powell looking round to part there and no support for the big fella. Maskill, Harkin, Cavalier. That's a 6 tackle coming up. Harkin again it is. Puts the chip throw, going himself. And it goes dead. And that'll be a tap on the 25 to the wires. And Leeds missing a chance there to put some points on the board. Jackson. Good tackle there from Creason and Irving. Compton. Suicide pass there to Bishop. And then the Leeds tackling firm. Oh, lovely ball out to Drummond there. What a tremendous ball. And Drummond's pushed in a touch. Good tackling from Leeds. That was a great ball from McGinty. That's the 9th scrum of this match. Should we say we've had 9 completed scrums. It's out to Leeds, wins Fawcett. Fawcett still going. Gallagher's in the ball. Good play, Gibson. Good tackle there from Bishop. Richard Gunn. Chin play going himself. Creasy gets a good ball to Creasy. Creasy spots the gap. And just slipping there. Harkin. Gallagher picking that ball up. That should be 6 more tackles to Leeds. The referee not signalled that. The Wayne man certainly knocked that ball down. Sean Wayne. Well, Power picks the ball up but knocks on in the process. That was a lovely ball from Sean Wayne. And the Leeds crowd at the back of the post, not happy with that. So the scrum will form inside the Warrington 25. Compton it is with the feed. Caddy Mercer. Martin Compton, and that's just what he's been brought on the field for. The tremendous player, Martin Compton. Lyon in the line. Good play from Warrington there. Compton again. Bishop, this is better play from the wires. Dwayne Mann going for the post. Slips there. And Warrington putting some pressure on now, and that's going to be a penalty. And Simon Irving kicks that ball dead, but I think we're going to stop the clock there. Compton obviously off the ball. Both touch judges on about that incident. The can hear what the crowd in the House of Pain think about that. And it's Colin Maskill, who's been brought out. Colin Maskill will be lucky here to stay on the field, I think. Both touch judges, referee just telling him, both touch judges have seen this. Maskill sent from the field. And that's sin bin offence. Well, sin bin is supposed to be for technical offences, so once again there, referee opting out of a firm decision. Stiff arm tackle should be severely dealt with, then a sin bin. But the referee's a man in charge. And Lyon with the penalty there. That's Warrington's 11th penalty. The Leeds is 3. And the referee certainly appeasing the Warrington crowd this afternoon. Mercer. Leeds will have to hold out now. Still leading by 12 points to 2. Almost up to halfway mark in this second half. Mercer again, driving for the line. These are anxious times for the Liners. Rain man, Crompton, McGinty, well tackled there, McGinty. Referee says get up, let him play the ball. The ball's out again to Crompton. Bishop, Derbyshire. It's a 6th tackle, Leeds holding out so far. Bob Jackson signalling for the up and under. Bishops puts the kick in. And Warrington still have it. Jackson. And that's 6 more tackles, says the referee, and the crowd delighted with that. The Leeds unlucky there. And the referee gives a penalty there. They've got men to spare, and I think they've taken the wrong option again there. Tony Burke brought down. Compton switching play, going himself, playing a wild pass back, but Bishop has it, and there's a long ball here, could do the trick. And surely that was a forward pass there. Well, how the referee missed that, I'll never know. And Warrington back on the 25. Compton, Jackson straightening up play, brought down. That's a 6th tackle again. And another penalty there. Leeds living dangerously and conceding penalties with monotonous regularity, and this time surely he'll kick a goal. This is right in front of the post. David Lyon it is. And Leeds will think they've got away lightly if there's 2 points here. Richard Gunn got a knock there in that tackle. "20 minutes gone in this half. Lyon with the penalty. Just settling the ball down. Important kick for Warrington. And he's kicked it. So that's 4 points to 12. Lyon kicks his second penalty. And Warrington within 8 points of the Liners now. And David Creasy to restart halfway through the second half. Creasy just settling the ball down. That's for Crompton. McGinty. Who's going to stand off. He plays Rocky Turner and play most of his football at scrum half. Johnny Burke. Sean Wayne in again at the tackle. Has a good debut this afternoon for Leeds. Round, just on the 25-yard line. Compton. Junkin. There's a bad ball out there, but it's well picked up by Jackson. Bishop. Good play now from the wires. Starting to move this ball. And Bentley there doing a good job in defence. Bishop. Oh, and a good tackle there from Bentley. Bishop there taking too much time to weigh up his options. Lyon. That's kicked out on the full. Bit of a comedy of it as this afternoon with the kicking for the wires. That's 6 tackles, so David Creasy says settle it down. Sean Wayne is who's coming off after having a very satisfactory debut. Not played much football in recent weeks, Sean Wayne, probably just feeling the pace. And also John Bentley coming off. So it's Mike Caridi coming on for Sean Wayne. And John Bentley limping off, assisted by Stuart Walker. And Phil Ford coming on. And John Bentley will be unlucky with that injury. He's had a good game this afternoon. And you can hear what the Leeds crowd think of him. It's only one Johnny Bentley. Cavalier running hard, gets into the 25. Coiti out to impress in the short space of time that he's got left in this game. Didn't like being substitute. A lovely ball to Dixon there for marking. An equally good tackle coming in from Tony Burke. Forward. Played here for many years, of course, and his stepper is forward and he's almost through. Marking. Powell. 6 tackle and while Powell's hanging on. And that's the turnover. Bob Jackson runs through that 2.5. Simon Irving wraps him up. And Maskell ready to come back on the field after his spell in the bin. John Bentley just limping away behind the post. Gary Mercer brings the ball towards the 25. A good tackle there from David Creasy. A tremendous tackle count last week in the game against Hull. Compton puts McGinty through and Gibson picks that ball up there. Cavalier. Leeds starting to exert some pressure again in his second half. I feel that if Leeds score the next try, they're home and dry in this game. Richard Gunn gets a really good ball there, and that's Dixon running on. Dixon going, still going Dixon. And John Gallagher's in for the first try for Leeds. Well, he'll be delighted with that one, John Gallagher. Got a lovely ball from Paul Dixon. I thought he'd done him too long there. He had Gallagher in support, but he got the ball out of tackle, and John Gallagher took a difficult ball, and he's over for his first points for Leeds. So 65 minutes, Leeds go further ahead with the try to Gallagher. Lovely work there from Paul Dixon. You see that on the replay. Paul Dixon being put through by Paul Arkin. Just popping that ball out of the tackle there was John Gallagher in support for his first try for the Liners and his first try in Rugby League. And just acknowledging the cheers of the Leeds crowd. Very popular player at Eddie Leeds, John Gallagher. So Simon Irving has this chance to put Leeds even further in front. Strikes it straight through the middle. So Leeds 18 points to 4 in the lead now. And I don't think even Leeds can let this lead slip. Although after the events of recent weeks, we'll tell you more at 4:30. It's a good display from Leeds, lacking Colin Maskell in the last 10 minutes there, and they've steadily built up the attack, culminating in the try to John Gallagher. Paul Bishop kicks off. Vince Fawcett powering his way back up to the 25. Chig Gunn bringing Roy Powell on. Chig Gunn had a solid game this afternoon. Must be well up the tackle count. Paul Dixon splits them wide open again. Dixon still going. A great tackle there from Paul Bishop. Arkin with the kick. Finds touch just inside the 25. Warrington making a substitution. Number 10 Bob Jackson coming off. Colin Maskell's back into the fray for Leeds. Martin Crompton it is who's going to scrum half and feeds that scrum. That's a knock on there from Compton, just took his eye off the ball, and David Creasy says settle play down. And Leeds have another chance here to attack in the Warrington 25. Ball's out. Creasy, lovely ball to Gallagher. Richard Gunn. Driving for the line. Spinning out of tackles, Richard Gunn. That's good play from the youngster. Arkin looking for runners. Deciding to go himself there. Can get the ball away. Driven back there. Of course, at the veteran stage of his career now. And looking for the run around there. Maskell with Powell, and Powell not giving him the ball. Forward at acting half. Arkin, Cavalier. Gallagher again. Forward, stepping. Just couldn't get the ball away. 6 tackle coming up. Arkin puts a rubber kick in. It's picked up by Warrington, and the Rangers gone for the wires. The ball coming loose in the tackle there. Just the sheer weight of the tackle forced that ball out of his hands. The crowd don't like it, but then crowds never do. Warrington all offside, so Leeds have a penalty. Their 4th of the game, compared to 13 for the home side. And that says the story of the game. Warrington had plenty of possession and squandered it at regular intervals. And Leeds have made the most of that, leading by 18 points to 4, and Simon Irving has this chance to make it 20 points to 4. David will be pleased with Leeds' display this afternoon. I know he's been very critical of the boys in the last few weeks, particularly the ball handling, which has been tremendous this afternoon. Richard Gunn was telling me on Friday evening that the work that they'd done on Thursday was all done at high speed. High speed ball handling. Simon Irving pops that one over. So 70 minutes then, Leeds going further ahead. 4 points to 20 with the penalty to Irving. Arkin stopping that ball with his foot. And Gallagher driven back there, good tackling. Cavalier. Oh, Maskell there. Just couldn't take that ball. It was a lovely ball. There should be something here for the wires. Rudd's going to be pushed into touch, indeed he is. The scrum will form halfway between the Leeds 25-yard line and the try line. 10 yards in from touch. Paul Harkin will feed, gets that out. Two gunmen from acting half. Takes play into the middle of the field. Koiti. Right, Powell. Still going, right, Powell. Beat him in there. It's good play from the big fella. Cavallio. Turning in the tackle, no support. 6 tackle coming up. Larkin with the kick. That ball of Age Rod, but it's not going to go into touch. Good. Retrieving it. And straining with Simon Irving as he's done all afternoon. And Irving effects a very good tackle. Dwayne Mann showing the ball, going himself. Only as far as Mike Koiti. Mike Koiti will know all about Dwayne Mann, fellow New Zealander. And Simon Irving's tackling tremendous as always this afternoon. I know John Bentley thinks that Simon Irving is the hardest tackler he's ever faced. Tony Burke juggles with the ball, but it's got to be a forward pass, and Compton complaining bitterly there, but it's just disappointment. It's obviously a forward pass. Got about 7 minutes left for players. Harkin feed the scrum. Gibson coming inside, looking for work. Dixon. A great game Paul Dixon's had this afternoon. Run hard and strong, and that's great play from him, taking play to within 9 yards of the post. Maskill, the ball's gone behind him. Just overran the ball there, Colin Maskill. Joe Leeds losing possession. Compton. Good ball from Bishop to Mercer, and Mercer almost through. In fact, he is through. Lyon taking a good ball. He's got Drummond with him. He's straightening up. He's going for the post. Gallagher's got his work cut out, but he tackles him really well there, John Gallagher. And Vince Fawcett. Compton. Man. Long ball. Out to Rudd. Bishop's inside him. McGinty's over for the try. Suspicion of a forward pass from Bishop there, but McGinty leads cover defence, holding off, and McGinty going over. Now Warrington have their time to come back into this game. Not if they don't make their mind up who's going to take the goal kick. I think it's going to be David Lyon, but he's injured there. So Paul Bishop about to attempt this kick. And Bishop just been confirmed as the winner of the Man of the Match award. And I'm sure he'd swap that for 2 points this afternoon. Or even the 2 points from the goal kick now. And Norman Smith just shouting words of encouragement behind the post. It's Bishop lines this up. And it's there, and that's 10 points to 20 then. And Bishop, man of the match, and kicks the goal. Gets Warrington within 10 points of the Leeds. Just shouting words of encouragement. David Creasy taking his time with the kick-off as one would expect. It's a long kick-off and it's for Crompton. McGinty suddenly fired up after his try. Brings the ball back over the 25. That's good play from him. Crompton again, probing. He's lost the ball. Richard Gunn has it for Leeds. And that's been the story this afternoon as far as Warrington are concerned. Too much wasted ball. Maskill just running from acting half. Harkin brings Dixon on. Arkin showing the ball, he's lost the ball. And it's kicked away. Again, Mercer to pick up. Mercer injured there. Lyon. But Simon Irving wraps him up with a tremendous tackler. Simon Irving is. Sumner bumping off men, but not Phil Ford. A knock on there. So Leeds heading ball. And Paul Arkin just telling David Creasy and Richie Gunn what he's going to do when he gets his ball out of this scrum. As indeed he does. Ford coming in from the wing, stepping. Punch thrown at Richard Gunn in the tackle, and Colin Maskell took exception to that. The touch judge is on, but which incident did he spot? I'm quite sure it won't have been the first one. He was talking to Paul Bishop. That's a penalty to Leeds. He did indeed spot the first offence. So Leeds have a penalty. Fifth of the game, and Simon Irving sensibly a kick for touch. So Simon Irving already kicked 4 goals this afternoon. It's right on the 25-yard line. Strikes it high and for the uprights. 100% success this afternoon for Simon Irving. Colin Maskell been taken off there, and it's probably a good decision by David Ward. Maskell been a bit fiery in this half. He's been replaced by Sean Wayne. That's Wayne indeed who has the ball now. Well, on my clock with 40 minutes is up. And the referee says Roy Powell knocked on there, and Roy Powell doesn't agree with him. In fact, Roy Powell can't believe it. So Warrington have a chance to put some pressure on the Leeds line with this scrum on the 25. Crompton it is. Bishop switching the ball back inside to Crompton. Creasy fouled falling, but lovely ball to Derbyshire, but he's well tackled there by Irving, his opposite number. Crompton, they're running around with Cullen. Bishop now. Mercer, oh, and a good tackle again from Simon Irving. 6th tackle coming up, Warrington making no headway whatsoever. Crompton chips through and Arkin safely picks up. And penalty there to Leeds. And Paul Harkin playing for that, of course. And that's annoyed Paul Cullen. And amused Paul Dixon. So John Bentley. Sorry, John Gallagher. We'll keep calling him John Bentley. John Gallagher will kick for touch. And this will be his difficult kick. It's right under the post. That comes spinning over towards us. And doesn't indeed find touch. Chris Rudd it is who will drive it back in. Phil Sumner well tackled there. Simon Irving in again. So Warrington putting on the pressure at these late stages and dropping the ball in, and Mike Coiti is who picks it up. Gibson, Fawcett. Fawcett's got to go, he's got Dixon with him. And I'm sure the watching Eddie Rambo would have been pleased if he could have got a running chance like that last week. That's holding down, so that's another penalty to Leeds. Gleeson it is who kicks for touch. Richard gone with the tap. John Wayne driving for the line. And can Leeds finish off in style with a try? Well, Powell, and certainly not like that. Leeds need to spin this ball out and just suck the forwards into the middle of the field. Harkin. Dixon on a run. And Dixon well tackled, well wrapped up there. And there goes the hooter, so Leeds, the first victory of the season. David Ward will be delighted with that. You just see him down on the touchline there, he'll be very pleased. And the Leeds players just acknowledging the support of the crowd. It was Leeds, in fact, who opened the scoring. But they tried to put Paul Dixon, converted by Simon Irving after 15 minutes. And Warrington replied on the halfway mark of the first half of the penalty to Lyon, 2 points to 6. You know, the Leeds crowd there, just acknowledging the players. Gibson had a try converted by Irving, and it was 12 points to 2. That's how it stood at half-time. After 60 minutes, Lyon had a penalty to make it 4 points to 12. Then Gallagher had a great try after good work by Paul Dixon, converted by Irving. Irving had a penalty to make it 20 points to 4. Then Warrington scored a consolation try with McGinty, converted by Bishop. And then Leeds had the last word with a penalty by Simon Irving to finish with a score of 10 points to 22 in Leeds' favour. And good display this afternoon by the Loiners, particularly by Simon Irving. 5 goals and 3 tries from the Loiners compared to the 2 goals from Lyon and the 1 from Bishop and the try to McGinty. Well, John, first victory in Rugby League and first try as well.
Yeah, it's a great feeling to win, isn't it? I think that's all the team really needed. We were playing good rugby in fits and starts, and it's gradually getting better as the season wore on. We were desperately unlucky against Hull last week, and although we lost, so there's no complaints really. And we thought if we could put it together for 80 minutes, then we'll get a victory. And at the end of the day, I thought the boys played well and we deserved the victory.
Yeah, you scored your first try. What was that, a nice feeling?
Yeah, well, I saw Paul Dixon go running through, and he had about 3 or 4 guys hanging off him, and I just snivelled up behind him, and just as he went to dive with the ball, he managed to get his hands free, and I just picked it up and dived over.
How difficult has it been making the switch from rugby union into rugby league?
I'm really enjoying the experience, and I know I can get better, and it's just a question of the teams getting used to one another as well, especially with Paul Harkin coming along and dictating play. And while Scully's still off, it's obviously the team sort of revolves around Archie a lot more. And so it's just a question of getting used to players around you, knowing which boys what they like doing, and so timing your runs off them.
As an expensive rugby union convert, have you found you've been taking a lot more stick than those lads in the tackles?
Well, I wouldn't have a clue. I know I've been taking a lot of stick, but the rest of the boys have been taking quite a bit of stick as well, so I don't mind.
OK, John, thanks very much.
Thanks a lot.
Well, David, you must be delighted to get the first win under your belt.
You smile now, can't you? Yes, it releases a lot of tension that has been creeping on the boys and the club in general. But now I think we can get ourselves rolling.
You must be delighted with the way they kept control of the ball this afternoon after the displays previously.
Yeah, that's just been the difference of winning and losing, really. The commitment's been there, and I don't think there's been a lot wrong with his performances this early in the season. Obviously other people will say differently, but that's my opinion, and I'll stick to it. But that was the main difference today, controlling the ball. and if you can control the ball, it wasn't a good game of open rugby to watch in the first half, but it was a type of game where we had to get ourselves in front and control the ball and put the foundations down, you know, for a win.
Sean Wayne seems to have sort of tightened the tackling up in the middle of the field.
Yeah, highly delighted. He's lacking a lot of match practice, but certainly when we get him into some kind of physical shape, along with matches, he'll certainly be a good player for Leeds Rugby League Club.
You must be pleased with the way that Simon Irving settled down. He looks a complete centre.
Yeah, well, he will be a complete centre. He isn't quite yet, but he will be, because I've never ever known a kid. He only needs telling once, and he puts it in order. He'll explain something to him once. I've got it. And he rectifies that on the field, and a brilliant goal kicker as well.
Yes, and very cool under pressure with it.
He is. He hasn't got a flap in him at all. Even now, even at this early stage in his career, he hasn't got a flap in him at all. In general play, he hits his tackles hard. He takes the ball up well, you know, and he looks a nice, complete player. But that will come possibly at the end of this season.
St Helens next week, David. Can we win that one?
We can indeed. Now, I mean, I do believe that we're on a good roll. I mean, the atmosphere's been good. The boys are tremendous. We've just got to keep encouraging them, and, you know, let's keep going forward. And certainly after coming into Lancashire and it took Warrington, especially Warrington, certainly St Helens we're capable of knocking them over and getting ourselves on a roll type of thing.
And can we quash the Gary Schofield leaving Leeds rumours?
There's never ever been rumours in the dressing room. There's never ever been rumours between me and Gary or the players. It just amazes me, you know, what happens in the city of Leeds and the spectators. My wife sits up there, she listens to all these tales. I've got friends who I have in general, and they stood in the stand, and the rumours what were flying about, well, they just make me laugh, honestly. You just got to settle down, because the dressing room's right, and everybody's right at Leeds Rugby League Club. And if you want to get to know the full story of everything, that's me.
Well, David, there we will. You have done. Thank you very much.
OK, cheers, thanks a lot.